All right. So, library. You can move during this screen. You can actually move a lot during this screen. You mostly just want to move forward and then turn and then move slightly right, like towards the end. But like for beginning, you can just hold forward here. Hold forward once you see the spinning icon start spinning fast, and also when you hear audio, and you'll be positioned somewhere around here. You just kind of want to go into here, and this first section, you're just going to be shooting these ghosts out of that the museum heads or the statue heads, and then they're going to come up here. You want to start shooting bosons at this blue ghost as soon as you see him, and just kind of trace him. And if it works, he'll immediately disappear once he reaches this location. And then this purple ghost will go over here, and you can start shooting them when they get around here. And then they'll move over here. This is all scripted. You basically just want to shoot them at the times I'm shooting them to get them into certain locations. And then you get through this whole scripted event. Break the gate, and this will be the last ghost capture we do without shock blast, because you get shock blast literally right after it would be useful in this specific fight. So these tables are gonna break once you see this last table break. You can start shooting, and as usual, just boson spam to get to red health, and then this guy takes 3 slams. I don't do it here because I get the cutscene a little early, but you want to pull out your PK meter here so you have it already up. And as you saw, we have Shock Blast now. I was using Shock Blast to clear some furniture out of the way, so I don't get stuck on it when moving through here. It's just, yeah, you want to do that slightly faster so you can pull the PK meter up. It doesn't lose too much time to not, though. You can also pull it up on the exact same frame you enter a cutscene. You can do this on Shush, that mission, but it's frame perfect and doesn't save that much time. So yeah, now I'm just gonna pull the PK meter out. You kind of just want to start keep moving towards the exit of this level while scanning them, and once you see the Shush animation, you can stop scanning them, and this door will open. That's a quick detour. All right. You can also move for a small amount of time during this loading screen. Once you see the thing spinning again, make sure you're not holding the Wii remote towards the screen so you don't move the camera by accident, and just hold forward. And you'll end up right here. So this is the book maze. You just kind of want to memorize the path through here. Just take the path that I'm taking here. You can destroy that globe to go faster here. You don't have to shoot that ghost there, but you can if you want. Sometimes you can shoot ghosts to reduce their HP before actually fighting them. Sometimes you can't. And that specific location is not a time when you can, but the next time we see them is. So yeah, we're just gonna walk through here. And this maze is not that long, so it's not that bad. That's a spirit trap, the little red thing on the ground. If you get hit into the stun animation by those, you want to shoot the moment you get stunned to cancel the stun animation. But usually that one doesn't stun you if you walk over it the right way. So yeah, we're gonna go through there, take that exact path through this room. And right here, we're gonna start shooting this ghost, because this HP they lose will actually be permanently lost for the fight coming up here. All right, so we're just gonna destroy all this furniture, switch to shock blast, and just start blasting. And then this ghost has a lot of HP, so when it spawns, we're just gonna kind of rotate between using boson darts and using shock blast to deal as much damage as we can. So there it spawns. Use your boson darts and then start shock blasting. Shock blast is really inconsistent at far range, so the damage you do with it will be kind of random. But yeah, we're just gonna keep doing that. You want to try to finish with shock blast so you have enough pack heat to do boson slams here, which is going to be a reoccurring trend for the entire run. Now that we have shock blast, we can use it in place of normal shots to get boson slams later. But yeah, that's call. That's a very, very, very simple mission. Shush. You can't move during the loading screen here. So don't worry about that. But once it loads, you're just gonna walk through here. And this is the cutscene where you can pull out the PK meter on the same frame if you get it. But if you don't get it, that's fine. I don't get it here. It just means... oh. I guess I could just show the path through here. Well, yeah. This isn't like a maze or anything. It's just a big room. But we're gonna go over here. Don't worry about any of these guys. They don't pose really a threat. So just pull out the PK meter, and we're just gonna scan. It can be a little finicky to scan because this chair can get in the way, as you can see right there. So just be careful about that. But once you see them turn around, you can leave. But yeah, it loses a little bit of time to have that chair get in the way. So just be careful about that. So we're just going to walk through here. You're going to pull your wand up the moment you see that ghost go through that door, because this is just a waiting segment. We're waiting for this door to open. You kind of want to stand on this side of the door because it will manip the paper zombies here to most of the time get out of the way. Sometimes they don't, like this, and you have to kill one, but most of the time they'll be out of the way. Actually, I don't know if I'd say most of the time. I'd say 50% of the time. All right, so this is a bit of a puzzle section. You have to shoot the yellow ghost. One yellow ghost is right there. The other one is right there. And then there's another one in a bookcase right here. There's another one in the bookcases over here. And there's another one you're going to see me shoot right at the end here in that bookcase. And then we're going to come up. We're just going to spam them with everything we have. The closer you are to a ghost with Shock Blast, the more damage it'll do, because more shots will connect. It's like a shotgun. So that's, you want to keep that in mind. And then just throw them around, get the boson slams, and then walk over to this spirit lock door. So I'm gonna take out Shock Blast here because if you try to get a boson dart in on this golem, most of the time it's you're gonna get stunned by his attack before it goes off. But if you're spamming Shock Blast, you can cancel the getting stunned animation. So I'm gonna get a very bad golem here if I remember. He's gonna teleport around and do a lot of stuff. Most of the time you'll just be able to do the entire fight in this one segment, but if you get the wrangles a little too late, you have to wait for him to like teleport around and do all this garbage. Unfortunately, it can be semi-random because with golems, they're the only enemy that the other Ghostbusters can wrangle pieces off of, and you want them to like kind of hold the golem in place while you're dealing damage to it. And if they just decide to not want to do that, it can make the quick kill there a lot harder. But yeah, that's Shush. That's the end of the mission. All right. So dark and damp. Obviously, whenever you see the spinning, you can move during the cutscene. So you see the spinning right here, and then it's gonna be hard to hear in this video because I have the audio quiet. But what you want to do is you want to hold the topmost right notch once you see the spinning fast, and then once you hear the sound of the other Ghostbusters taking out the PK meter, you want to switch to the bottom right notch. And what that does is it is attempting to get through this doorway early. I don't get it here. In the IL, I get it though. If you can get it, it is just a small time save. So yeah, we're just gonna follow this path through here. Shoot through this. These stairs can be a little weird to go down fast. You just kind of want to get used to the movement of like spinning the camera around. But yeah, it can be weird. So go through here. And then we're going to use boson darts to try to destroy as much furniture here as possible. Because these phantoms... So if these phantoms are standing still like this, that means they're levitating objects around you and attempting to throw them at you. And once you get this guy into the capture animation, or any of the ghosts here in the capture animation, if you have an object thrown directly at you, it will throw you out of this animation. So you want to be very careful of that. You want to attempt to like maneuver around the pillars. Be aware of the furniture that's around the room. Luckily, I destroyed most of the furniture, so it's not that bad. But you can get really, really bad RNG in this fight, where like things just hit you constantly, and it wastes so much time. This is one of the hardest fights to do like super fast and optimally. Rather than go for that guy in the left corner, go for this guy here because 90% of the time the other Ghostbusters are not going to see this guy and they're not going to attack him, but they will attack the other guy on the left corner and get him down to capture health. So you actually want to go for this guy first.
Please attack the other guy while I'm doing this.
So go for this guy, do the boson slams,
I beg you.
get him in the thing. In case it isn't obvious, by the way, ghosts move in a random direction as you're wrangling them. It's not it's not at all consistent. They can move an entire room away from you during the wrangle state, and there's just nothing you can do about it except suffer.
Yeah, quite a bit of that time loss was my fault, but like that's the game.
So we're gonna go through here, go back down, and this is a like. It's a segment where you're supposed to take out the PK meter and use the goggles to see platforms, but if you want to do it without seeing them, what you want to do is as soon as you leave that doorway, hold to the right here to like upright. And you want to leave this platform on pretty much as close to the corner of it as possible. And now you're here. And then once you're up here, it's mostly just a matter of timing your camera pans so that you rotate around in the correct path. If you rotate too early, you'll fall off. If you rotate too late, you'll also fall off. So like, it's mostly just knowing when to turn the camera there to get around that cleanly. It just takes some practice. If you fall off, it loses like a lot of time, so you don't want to fall off. All right, so we're gonna go over here, take the book. And then this is just a waiting segment for the next cutscene. And then the moment this cutscene ends, you're going to use auto lock to move the camera up here faster. And you're just going to shoot bosons and shock blasts at these books. These books are insanely inconsistent. It can take... you can destroy 3 books in a single boson. Or you can take a full minute to destroy a single one of them. But luckily, this run gets really good luck, and we get all of them shot down very, very, very fast. And then once they're all shot down, the force field is gone, and you can just pump all your ammo into Great Lady here. If you have enough packy to do boson slams, you could do them here, but sometimes you just won't because of how you routed the ammo usage. But there we go. That's Dark and Damp. You just kind of want to walk into this portal to end the mission. And let's talk about Collector.
Wait. Actually, no. Is that Tide? Is that Tide-Dye work?
So collector,
Okay.
there's no pre-cutscene movement here.
Okay.
You come through a portal. And what you want to do is you want to make sure you're not moving the camera during these like portal transitions, or it's gonna mess up your movement. So just like try to keep the cursor straight.
I'm blanking out. I need a 40. I need a
But
402.
if you keep the cursor straight, it won't mess anything up here. You're just kind of gonna walk through these portals.
332. Yeah, yeah. 332.
Now we're in the this main area here. Just walk up the stairs. And collector, this is the most random mission in the game. This can lose up to like 3 minutes
Okay. Pulling away to better.
if it really wants to. Technically, the suffering is infinite, but most of the time
Actually.
you will be losing. You can lose full minutes here. So the first thing we're gonna do, as you saw, I boson darted the furniture around the ball to get the ball unstuck as soon as possible, and then grab it, and then you have to aim for the face. If you aim for anything else, it will not hit. So you want to make sure you're really good at aiming that, because missing those loses so much time, especially in the later phases. So yeah, we're just gonna shoot all this furniture to get it out of the way, and then start wrangling the
Just a
shield
reminder
guy.
for the audience at home.
This fight's broken up into like the ball segments and the these like waves of enemies that you have to kill. So just do that. Use shock blast. Use shock blast if you have too high pack heat to avoid overheating, rather than wasting your pack heat like that. So yeah, this is where the RNG begins. He does this like reel back attack, which means he's gonna shoot a ball. That's what you want. But there's other attacks that they can do during phases. Um, in every additional phase, they gain an attack, except for the last phase where I think they lose one, which means the second to last phase is the most random. Um, and uh, and every other one is like slightly less random. It's still bad. It's still like a 1 in 3 or a 1 in 4 chance every phase to get to get this ball attack. He can do an attack that wastes like 15 seconds. He can do a slam that wastes like 5 seconds. He can do a spray that wastes like 5 seconds, and he could just combo them. He's never scripted to do this attack. It's just completely random.
Start.
But when you do get it, you want to aim kind of like in the top part of the mouth here. And I miss it here because of wrangle lag, which is another thing on console. Sometimes wrangling an object takes longer than it should
Except for the fact
because
that
of
we're playing
lag.
tonight.
But if you miss it, just try to re-wrangle the ball as soon as possible and shoot it in.
That's fine. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
And obviously
That
try to
is
wrangle these tongues as
kind of hard.
quick as possible as well. There's another wave. There's gonna be two guys that spawn out of here, but we're just gonna kill one, and because it takes a while for the second one to spawn, we're gonna start killing these before we go back for that one. The other Ghostbusters can deal with these guys, but it's kind of random if they decide to or not.
Back up.
But yeah, we're just gonna walk back. Walking back because it's easiest to. Not only is it easiest to get the ball wrangle from this far back position where you could see everything, but if you're like in the upper half of this arena, or if any of the AI Ghostbusters are in the upper half of this arena, the boss will be scripted to do a head slam, and it's completely unavoidable and loses time.
Yes.
So we got another ball here. So as usual, you want to shoot around here.
Stop.
I shoot too low there. I miss it. It's a really hard trick, and sometimes again with wrangle lag, it does just make it impossible. But I do get it on the last one here, I think. So at least get to show it. But yeah, don't feel too bad if you can't get that, because it is really hard.
Fine. He's ready. He's ready.
So I was going to kill that guy, but then I noticed that the other Ghostbusters were starting to like attack and wrangle that guy. So I immediately switched to the Golem, knowing that they're probably going to kill that guy.
Drill damage to him.
So that's just like AI knowledge you kind of want to just learn through the course of playing the game.
Guys,
So
help me with the golem.
shoot this guy as much as you can.
So good.
As you saw there, the other Ghostbusters were wrangled that guy and killed them pretty much immediately, which is really good.
There's no way.
And then this is the only bad attack this run gets because this is record, so obviously it doesn't get it doesn't lose a million hours here. It does, however, get the absolute worst attack there, and then a head slam because Egon was too close to the boss. But believe me when I say having only those two things happen is an absolute miracle. But there, now you see me get the actually good the good blob shot where like I wrangle it immediately and then hold it up there and then just shoot a boson to launch it. Again, as long as you're hitting them in the face area, it will connect. Unless it randomly doesn't, because I have had moments where I've shot it directly at them and it just decided to not.
That's really good. That's like 3 seconds.
So just letting you know, that can happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you pull the last tongue, that's the end of the mission.
3.
That is it for Collector. All right, I'll go over the firehouse. So this firehouse just starts with meeting Egon at the desk. Get this cutscene.
There's a very, very good chance this is record.
Go over here.
I'm not like.
Maybe actually practice the firehouses rather than being me and just kind of forgetting they're part of the game. Go over here, talk to them. And then the mission is going to be available. You just go right into the Ecto 1. And I will see you guys next time. Unless I decide to just continue Museum right now, which I might.
Because I'm not hitting a 228. I'm just not.
All right.
All memes aside.
Hold on just 1 second. All right, there we go.
At least like 5 seconds here.
So we're going to be doing Dr. Rutherford. There's another mission where you can move during the thing. You just kind of want to move up. You can move up, slightly angle left, but it's fine if you just move up. And that'll put you right around here. So this mission is going to be a lot of weird stuff. We're going to destroy this box first of all. There's a lot of tech that's unique to this mission. This first tech right here is the moment you press the button, you want to switch to PKE and immediately switch back to the wand. And what that'll do is that'll end the animation for pressing the switch slightly faster. If you shoot, I think it just doesn't count you as hitting the switch, so you can't shoot. But now we have the slime blower. So as soon as you see this black slime, you want to slime it. If you're a little too close, you'll get stunned like that, which it just happens. You want to be very careful. Activate the switch. Do the do that movement again. And you do not have to worry about sliming that black slime. It'll usually never stun you. At least I've never had it stun me when walking through it like that. So we're going to angle the camera slightly this way, and we're going to shoot through this entryway to hit this possessor early. It just gets them out of the way, makes it less annoying to deal with like this box getting thrown at you. Rather than dealing with that, it's already there. So you know where it is and you can avoid it. All right, go through here, slime blower this box and move it out of the way. Shoot through this. You can destroy those boxes to cut the corner a little tighter if you want. And then we're going to destroy this and switch to slime blower in advance. Because the next thing we do is slime blower this and boson to break the box. This is Dr. Rutherford. So what we're going to do is we're going to push him. And the moment you start pushing him, instead of walking to the door, he's going to like walk at a weird angle. So what you want to do is you want to push him a bit and then stop pushing him so his angle changes. So like you see, I push him a little too far to the right, but like optimally, you want to push him enough to the door and then let him change his angle so you can keep pushing him on the door while he's actually going the right way. And then this door opens the moment he gets to his designated spot. shoot this drawer to get the snot hag out. The snot hag can be really annoying. Just try to kill it as fast as possible. Also, another thing with snot hags, so whenever you slam them, the direction they move in, due to like a weird tilt in their like hitbox, they can sometimes like say you slam them left, they'll actually end up slamming down left or even down right, and it's just a weird property of specifically this ghost. Sometimes you can get such bad RNG that they slam down with enough force to go through the floor, and that soft locks you, unfortunately. So you want to finish this ghost off with Dr. Rutherford slightly close to the door. And that is so he will immediately walk towards the door and open it like that. The IL of this run is insanely optimized. It gets like insta door entries and all that. But we're gonna switch to slime blower here because we need to unpossess Ray, and then we put like 2 boson darts into it, and then switch to shock blast and get rid of the rest of the HP. Possessors are really fun to capture because they're only 2 slams. I actually ended up throwing the trap out there late, and the only reason that is because for whatever weird reason, sometimes rarely when capturing a ghost, you'll throw a trap, but you won't actually throw a trap. You'll just kind of not throw a trap whenever you press the button. It's weird, but yeah. Also, you do want to destroy that ping pong table so it doesn't get in your way. The edges of this ping pong table stick out a little bit more if it's not destroyed, so you want to destroy it. But then get to the elevator.
This run has been all over the place. It's like, I either get a
All right, opening night.
or I get a massive time loss. I haven't had any like small ones really.
No, like pre-level movement. You're just gonna get through this elevator, and then walk over here,
It's not over yet. You can't just chill in an elevator.
and then you can hug right here rather than going to the left. It doesn't really matter. Just get to the cutscene earlier, and then after this, there's gonna be a bit of a long waiting segment where nothing's gonna happen. So we're just gonna wait until the possessor spawns here. You just want to, again, play the level, get a feel for it. The music is not actually a reliable cue because for some reason the game can use multiple music tracks here. Another thing you want to be aware of is if you're starting this with shock blast, you can actually end up accidentally shock blasting this first possessor here through the wall. It's just something that happens. But yeah, get this first possessor. There are 4 possessors in this fight. The first one will always be that one. You usually want to target that one first because it's just the easiest. Deal with there, and then you're gonna grab this one. You can use auto lock if you're having trouble finding them. Most of the time they'll be low in HP, but if they're not low in HP, then you just have to deal with them like that. With like the shock blast and stuff for damage, and then the once you capture 3, the 4th one will always be possessing Peck here. It is absolutely guaranteed to happen. It's a set. It's like scripted that the last one will be there. But there we go. So done with that. This is just a cutscene. After the cutscene, you slime this gate and wrangle it to move it down. Move past the Decepticon little head thingies, and then into this room. The third black slime ghost here will turn and face you, and then you want to slime it. Once you hear the unslime sound effect, it's like a little pop. You'll know they're unslimed, and you can just spam the crap out of them with everything you have. There we go, bam, and then bam, and then capture. There we go.
I should have Boson Plus.
Good. And then this is our first like ghost door. So once you turn here, you want to slime the center of this wall. Don't stand too close to this black slime; it can stun you, even though it's super small. But yeah, once you see the skull door appear, you can stop sliming and walk through the door. All right, Hot Pursuit. If we were playing on PSP, you could skip this entire level, but unfortunately we're not. So we're going to go immediately to the Egyptian area. You can do Mayan first if you want. I prefer to do Egyptian first because it's the more random one, and also because this like animation of the snot hag going down this hall, you can hit them in this, and I think if you do Mayan first, this animation doesn't happen. I'd have to test that, but like I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it doesn't happen if you do Mayan first. So we're gonna do the Egyptian area first. So this is literally just kind of walking. If any of these like cat statues get in the way of your pathing, just shoot them. And then once you get to here, you can try to slime this early. It's, from what I know, it's impossible, but like you can always try. And then once you get to here, you're gonna immediately slime blower this, wrangle it, put it on this wall. This guy in this room is extremely annoying because it's just a black slime ghost that you can do absolutely nothing about. He's optional to capture, so you don't want to waste time capturing him or dealing any damage. But the next slime cover is right here. You just want to slime it until it appears, and then this piece, you want to grab it. I go up the left here to attempt to get the ghost off of me, and it doesn't end up working. But luckily it doesn't deal with me. Usually you want to go right there. It's faster to go up the right stairs, but yeah. So you're gonna attach this to the wall, slime blower the other half, and then once it's connected, grab it. If you try to grab it before it's connected, it'll do a weird thing where it'll only grab half of the full thing, and it doesn't work. But after that last slime well's on, this guy, as you see, he loaded in with less health. That's because we hit him early in that other section. So we're just gonna shock blast him. Important thing about shock blast, I should probably mentioned earlier, but I'll mention it now, is also, as you can see right there, I did an up slam and he went completely down. But with shock blast, you want to tap it in a rhythm. If you spam it too fast, you'll actually end up not shooting it at all. It'll just like fire blanks for some reason. So just keep that in mind. If you're tapping it too fast, you will not fire it at all. So yeah, as you saw, there's a ghost door there. Just go through the ghost door, and then we're into the Mayan section. Mayan section is another 4 possessor fight, but they're all in these like these mannequins. You just got to kind of destroy the mannequin, and then get the ghost out of them. The worst thing a possessor can do to you is fire a shadow ball at you. The shadow balls can knock you out of the capture animation. Also, these mannequins melees can sometimes do it too. So you want to kind of position yourself so you're not getting hit by them. But most of the time, Winston will take a lot of the damage in this fight and most likely be downed. Just make sure you're actually wrangling the one that has no health. There we go. And yep, that's this fight, the mannequin fight. It's not that bad. You just really want to get a good feel for boson slams, because boson slams save so much time, and also making sure you put the trap where it goes. All right, so the moment we get into this hallway, you're gonna try to slime all 3 of these as soon as possible. If you miss one, you'll just re-slime it after this cutscene, but usually it's fine. And then you're gonna carefully aim the balls in the center here. If you're off center like this one, sometimes it'll still go in, but you really want to try to aim for the center, because if you're not aimed for the center, it can sometimes just completely bounce out and then lose so much time trying to find the ball where it like dropped and put it back in. But yeah, we're just gonna put them in these 3 ones. We're gonna leave the 4th corner for this last ball here. Also, something to keep in mind here, where's your pack heat? Because if your pack heat is too far in the red here, if it's like around this area, you will not be able to boson slam, or you'll not be able to just to boson launch the object. So keep that in mind. Where's your pack heat, so you actually are able to do that, because if you're not able to do that, that loses time, obviously. But yeah, we're gonna get these 4 done. There is a ghost that could spawn in this room, but it usually spawns if you're slow. So if you're not slow, then it doesn't spawn. So I don't usually don't have to worry about it. All right, this guy's gonna come out of the table. We're just gonna, as per usual, slam him. Start walking towards him with the shock blast to deal more damage, and wrangle him. This guy can also get launched at weird angles, but most of the time this fight's fine. Like that, you see I down slammed them and he went left. Okay. Going through here. There's another one of these gates. I've been trying in every way, a little side note, to attempt to hit these gates from the other side to effectively cut this mission's length in half, but unfortunately it just seems impossible. For whatever reason, the Wii version of this level is completely void of skips. So this Civil War ghost fight, you want to target this guy, the guy with the flag. You want to target the Confederate flag guy. But yeah, target him. These guys with like the melees and the bayonets can stun you and be all annoying. You're actually gonna see right here, I almost die in this fight when attempting to destroy this flag guy over here. But yeah, I'm slimed. I'm just gonna kind of like try to do the damage as I'm slimed to avoid like a time loss here. And then we're gonna capture this guy over here. And then you're gonna see right here, right here, there's a guy with a sword behind me that hits me, and so it cancels me out of this animation. Luckily, the ghost still gets slammed, so I go for the re-wrangle, but I keep getting hit by this bayonet guy and this sword guy. And as you see, my health is very low. I was one hit away from death. But luckily I didn't get hit again. But like that is extremely rare. I've never had that much damage being dealt in like one spot in this room. Also, something with the Civil War ghost: as long as you capture the flag guy, all of the corresponding side will die with the flag guy. So luckily, don't have to worry about catching like a billion ghosts there. You just have to catch the two flag guys. All right, and just walk through this area, and that's the end of the mission. Very annoying mission, but if you get good at it, you can get really fast times. It's one of the missions that is most important to practice in the entire game, honestly. Just because of how much time you could save by knowing what you're doing. All right, Alyssa found. This mission just kind of starts here, and then what you're gonna do is this guy that's circling. So there's a giant invisible box that you can't shoot through, right? Which is pretty much exactly where these guys are orbiting around it. So because of that, because of that, you want to shoot this guy the moment you can possibly shoot them to aggro them. And what that aggro is going to do is it's going to make him get out of this orbiting animation and move towards you. And then you unslime, and then you just like blast him into oblivion. Don't worry about these dogs right now, but something that is interesting about these dogs is if you look here, if you look right here, if you pay attention to this first boson slam, you may notice I don't hit the ghost with any boson, but the arrow appears earlier. So what happened here? What happened here is there was a dog right next to me, and what happens is this guy hits the ground, I boson, and it hits the dog instead of him, but it still counts. This is something that's very important to know because it affects when you actually shoot the boson. If there is a creature right next to you, then you need to wait until the exact moment the ghost you're wrangling hits a wall or the floor or the ceiling to boson slam. Because if you do it too early, not knowing there's a creature right next to you that's going to absorb the boson dart, you're going to miss the boson slam. So yeah, it's very important to know. As you can see, I was wiggling that guy on there for trap lag because unfortunately trap lag is really annoying in this fight, because if you get too much of it, you have to wait for this guy to like orbit around a second time to actually get his aggro. Because again, you can't shoot straight through this. There's a invisible box. But as you can see, I do it again where I hit the bosons off the dog rather than having to make it connect all the way to the ghost. And most of the time after you're done with this, with those ghosts, there's going to be 1 or 2 dogs that are just kind of sitting here you want to get rid of. And then after all the dogs are done, the mission progresses. Switch to Slime Blower. And there's just this cutscene right here. And then the T-Rex fight. So what you're going to want to do in this T-Rex fight is you want to aim kind of for like the rib-ish area over here. You can either aim for like the back rib area, or you can aim for around the neck. Because there's a lot of this entire thing is not a hitbox. There's only a select few hitboxes on the T-Rex that actually counts as dealing damage. Also, this guy does a lot of damage, which means he can knock you down. But luckily it doesn't lose that much time, because most of the time you'll be the only guy who gets knocked down. If you don't get knocked down, though, one thing you're gonna have to keep in mind is you might overheat on Slime Blower ammo before the fight ends. So just keep in mind where your ammo is, and stop shooting before you overheat, because the overheat takes way longer than just stopping your Slime Blower and resuming it whenever you have enough. But once it's over, switch to the wand and wrangle down. And then you're gonna unslime this guy, and then once you hear the pop for the unslime, you're gonna just slam him through with all the stuff you have. The position where this guy moves is completely random. He can go all the way across the room, but if you get good RNG, he just kind of stands up next to you, and you can continue just blasting him with everything you have. Another thing you want to keep in mind with Shock Blast is if you're completely out of Shock Blast ammo, do not press the button for Shock Blast until you have at least 1 ammo, because if you press the button, it'll attempt to fire the Shock Blast. It'll fire the Shock Blast and delay you getting more ammo. But instead of like actually firing a Shock Blast because you have no ammo, it'll just shoot a blank. So you'll basically shoot a blank for the cost of 1 ammo. It's really bad. But there you go. This like black slime spray thing is a glitch that happens if you complete the fight really fast. Usually has to be like sub 2 to get that to appear. So yeah, there we go. That's Museum. I'll do the Firehouse, and I will end it here. So this Firehouse right here. Hold on. Yeah. The Firehouse starts with this. You're going to walk over to here. And then wait for this cutscene to happen. With the stasis stream, and then go down, and you're going to load into Sedgwick 2 or Return to Sedgwick. We'll get into that in the next episode. All right, see you guys. Bye.